I'm going to try to fix this. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a glare. I think that helps a little bit. Okay, it's a little bit better, right? So once again, we're placing the primary responsibility on the client. The client knows best. It rejects the counselor knows best philosophy. As a therapist, we are going to focus on the constructive side of things. We are going to be optimistic. Um, we need to realize that as individuals, we are continually actualizing ourselves. We are continually trying to grow. We are continually trying to perfect ourselves. So this whole process is what we're trying to develop. We're trying to develop an environment where this process can go as smoothly as possible. Oftentimes, there's kind of hiccups or things in the way, or perhaps we get stuck in ruts, and we're trying to kind of clear the pathway for some of these things to unfold. In a sense, we're trying to blow up one's ego to help build confidence, to help us continuing to move forward. And it's all operating under the premise that if the conditions are right for counseling, growth will ensue. So again, we're trying through congruence, unconditional positive regard, accurate empathy, we're trying to just create this general feeling and everything else will fall into place. If those things are there, people will realize for themselves what they need and how to get there. As a therapist, we need to provide a safe climate. We need to move towards that openness. We need to help establish that trust. We want to encourage someone to live spontaneously. We want to encourage someone to find meaning, and also encourage someone to become a little bit more self-directed. Remember, the goal is to eventually help people realize for themselves that they can change themselves. Now, you may note that some of these things are similar to existentialism, and that's fine. Remember, a lot of these theories build upon each other and take little pieces from each other. So if they get a little bit confusing, you're like, whoa, how is this a little bit different? Don't worry so much about it. Again, relationship of the counselor and client is of primary importance. We're also paying attention to a lot of the transference that goes on between individuals, and how that can be positive. And we are there to be an active listener. We are not there to diagnose someone. We are not there to label them. We are just there as an active listener, someone that again, with that unconditional positive regard, isn't going to jump in and say, no, wait, or think about this, blah, 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 blah. No, we're there to understand, we are there to listen, and we are there to show the person that what they're saying and how they're feeling is being understood, that it's okay. However they feel, it's okay. And just by knowing that within oneself, we're able to kind of take our understanding to the next level. Again, it's all about building that environment. So we're trying to build independence, yet integrate with the world. That's obviously one of our goals. We're assisting our clients with their own growth. We're trying to encourage them to trust themselves. We're trying to encourage them to be open to experiences. We want them to have an internal source of evaluation. We don't want them to be dependent upon the external world. We want them to check in with themselves to see if they're doing okay or if they need to alter things. And that there's a willingness to continue, a willingness to grow. That, okay, yes, we've accomplished this, and because we are always self-actualizing, there's something next. And we want to encourage that growth, encourage that growth. And again, by building that environment, hopefully people will be able to do this themselves. Remember, we believe in the client. We trust the client that they are capable of making these changes upon themselves. Just sometimes they might not necessarily know how, or they've gotten stuck. Again, the key components: be congruent, aka genuine, have that unconditional positive regard, don't be judgmental, and show accurate empathy. Show that you care. I know that's kind of like hard to show that you care, especially if you don't care. But but it's an essential component. And if you don't care, then maybe there's a better client for that. Sorry, a better counselor for that client. And that's one of the important things early on to realize whether or not this is going to be a good relationship between the client and counselor. It's a vital importance, this relationship, in terms of building that environment so that our clients can foster their own growth. So what does all this do? This helps the client loosen up, and it helps them move along naturally towards their catharsis or their natural health. I also want to just express a little bit about Natalie Rogers. She was able to kind of take some of these theories to the next level and apply them to art. Art therapy, if you will, was constructed under her ideas, and the value of finding kind of artistic channels of expression and how that can become valuable. Once again, this is not a theory of techniques or established routines or exercises like some of perhaps the behavioral therapies that we'll be talking about coming up soon. This is all about setting the environment, all about setting that tone so that people can figure out things for themselves. I want to thank you for your time, and I want to say that I'm really proud of the class thus far. I like the way that you guys are responding on the blogs, very thoughtful, and I can see that people are grasping the ideas and really thinking about them, and I want to encourage you to continue to do so. If you have any questions about anything, please contact me directly on my email, and that's the best way to get a little bit more personalized or individualized attention. And just keep up the good work, guys. Thank you.